From the Wisconsin Taxpayers Alliance, Wednesday, May 15th, 2013, a brief interview with Todd, President. 3, 2, 1. A new study by the Wisconsin Taxpayers Alliance shows local governments have experienced significant financial changes over the past decade. What did you find?
Well, we compared the early part of the 1990s with the last 5 or 6 years, and it's really quite a difference. County revenues were growing about 8% per year in the early 90s, and after 2005 they've been averaging increases of just 1.5%. We found similar patterns for municipalities with their revenue growth slowing from 5 to 6% to under 3%.
How are property taxes affected by these changes?
As the state budget became more and more difficult, the state either froze or cut back on state aid, and as a result, that meant that counties and municipalities had to rely more on the property tax, and so property taxes relative to the size of budgets went from about 34% in the mid-90s to 43% in 2011, and that's quite a shift for cities and villages and towns. You saw a similar shift for counties, and it reached 38% by 2011.
As a result, how did spending priorities shift?
Well, clearly the priority was public safety, police, fire, services like that. Local governments protected those services, and as a result, they became a larger part of local budgets, rising from about a third to 37%. We saw, again, a similar kind of shift in counties, with counties now spending between 20 and 25% of their budgets on public safety.
The report also examined local borrowing. What did you learn?
One of the things that's been going on in state budgets in the past 5 or 6 years has been the state has limited how much local governments could increase property taxes. And one thing that has happened is local governments have gotten around that to some degree by borrowing as opposed to levying property taxes. And so in municipalities, you've seen the interest payments, the debt service that they're paying rise about 42%, while the rest of their spending was increasing less than 20%. And the numbers, again, were quite similar for counties, with debt service interest payments up about 50%.
Thank you, Mr. Berry. That's Todd Berry, President of the nonprofit, nonpartisan Wisconsin Taxpayers Alliance. For more information, go to www.wistax.org. That's www.wistax.org.